GM, GM. WorldCoin is like the most interesting coin at the moment. Um, so actually talked about this a few days back on. I think it must have been on um, one of the altcoin request streams. But WorldCoin was showing a nice reversal. I think it was actually on a Blue Belt stream for any of you Blue Belts you remember that WorldCoin was showing a nice reversal. I didn't think it would move this fast. That's fucking a nice big move up to the highs. Now, obviously, the reason for that, at least what the market will say, is the fucking text to video, the new launch, the new release by um, OpenAI. And so, do you really want to be? Do you want to be chasing into this right here? I mean, I would say obviously not, but it does look like it's showing some strong momentum. That's easy to say. Um, Funding rates. I wonder, was there negative funding or shorting before that? Not really. No, seems to be a move pretty much driven by speculators. Quite a bit of open interest has been added. I would say you want to give this a little bit of time to develop, but I'd say there's probably decent momentum for WorldCoin to go higher, and traders like it as a bet on Sam Altman, right? Because you can't really speculate on OpenAI themselves apart from just like buying Microsoft stock. So if OpenAI are doing stuff, if he's in the news, WorldCoin is like your proxy for that. Mm. As for this, I would say if you want to trade the momentum, I would wait for the 4 hour bands to get retested. If the 4 hour bands get tested and held, you might see a continuation from there. But I think it'll take a little bit of time. You want to see it maybe a day or two of consolidation before trying to play any momentum. And remember that the momentum isn't here yet, and it's pushed up into the highs with almost no pullback. So the first thing you would have to expect is it going to reject off this high? And if so, if it rejects off that high, you're going to end up with something like this, where WorldCoin ends up forming like a big base here and almost forms a big range. So if it rejects off there, be mindful it can fill all that back to the listing price level. If it breaks above though and holds clean, then you're in price discovery. So you're at all-time high. So I wouldn't I wouldn't try and predict that or preempt that. I wouldn't try to get long before that. But I would say that it's probably one of the better momentum coins at the moment. I mean, it's one of the only ones that has momentum at the moment. What else? Anything else? Live Peer has been doing well. Sort of fits in the AI narrative. I think Live Peer though is a DWF coin. So me personally, not really interested in them. Um, yeah, outside of that, I mean, it's a Saturday, so what else is moving? They're the two that are really moving. Yeah. So I would say um, Caspa's up a bit. Yeah, but outside of that, I would say WorldCoin's the one that has the narrative. LivePeer was in a bit of it, seemed like it was in a short squeeze. But WorldCoin has the narrative and has made an impulsive move up. So my initial expectation would probably be if we touch that red line this weekend, if we hit those highs, we probably reject off it because it's just moved all the way up with no pullback. And when price gets up here, you can see that traders tend to take profit and it ends up coming back towards that level. So um, it's good for the WorldCoin like narrative. It probably breathes a bit of life back into it. And because there's momentum, if you start to see it grind higher and higher and higher and then break above $5, low time frame impulse trend following is probably the best play there. So something like 4 hour, if it goes above all time high and holds, if it goes above all time high and holds, then 4 hour chart, get the bands on and trade the momentum. But that would be like day traders, right? I don't know how far WorldCoin can go. It's to me, the tokenomics of the project are not good. Um, and it's super predatory tokenomics. They're just not great. And so long term, do I think the project has any real promise? I mean, the thing with crypto is it's fucking it fits AI, it's linked to Sam Altman, and it's in crypto. So that alone is probably enough for WorldCoin to go massive, regardless of tokenomics. I won't hold it because the tokenomics are terrible, but I would definitely trade it, and I would only trade it on the long side. I certainly wouldn't short it because, again, AI, crypto, literally linked to the founder of OpenAI. So the narrative lines up. So I definitely wouldn't short it. All right, so that's it. Probably just WorldCoin for today. GM, GM, GM.